Today's recipe is rice aloo ke pakore. Here I have got 1 cup of rice. My 1 cup of rice is actually around 220 grams of rice. This is raw rice which I have soaked overnight. Here I have using 500 grams of potatoes which I have boiled. Now what I'll do is I'll mash these potatoes and I'll blend it with the rice. Here I am using 1 very large green chilies which I have chopped. Here I've got almost 2 tablespoons of cilantro leaves. You can also use coriander leaves. Here I have got a half teaspoon of roasted zira powder. Here I've got around 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Here I have about say 7 curry leaves which I have chopped, and I have got 7 grams of ginger which I have grated, and here I have 1 teaspoon of dhania seeds, also known as coriander seeds. Here I have got a teaspoon of peppercorn and half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. So what I'm going to do with these seeds is I'm going to just use a mortar and pestle and grind it into a coarse powder, and then I'll show you what I do next. And I will also be using a little water for this recipe to blend the rice along with the potatoes. I will also be using half cup of besan for this recipe, also known as chickpea flour. Add coriander seeds, peppercorn and fennel seeds to a mortar pestle and just make it into a coarse powder. I've just ground these masalas into a coarse powder and I'll use it for the recipe. I will be blending this rice now into a paste. I've just left about 2 tablespoons of water here. I'll just add it to the food processor. It's about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water because I want to blend this rice into a good paste. And if I feel the need to add more water, I will do that as well. Now you can see how the rice has been blended. I will be adding the potatoes to continue blending. Don't add all the potatoes at once, just add in batches and continue blending. You can see how nicely it's blended in. So now at this point of time, I'll remove from the food processor or the blender. Now I've just transferred the rice blended with the potato mixture to a different bowl, but you can see the consistency is too thick for a pakoda or a bhajia, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to add just a little more water and just mix everything well because I need that consistency, I need the right consistency, and that's why I'm adding more water. Now I will add in all my ground spice here and just mix it well. I will also be adding all the remaining ingredients. That's the green chili, the curry leaves, the ginger, salt, zira, cilantro leaves. Put a quick stir. Now I will whisk it and add some air to this batter. Cover and let it rest. After letting this batter rest for half an hour, now I will add in the chickpea flour and give it a good mix. So what the chickpea flour also does is it works as a good binding factor in this pakoda recipe. Now at this point of time, I will also fry a little of this batter. My oil has been heating. Now I'll just take a little with the spoon and test fry the pakoda. And I always test fry the pakoda because I need to know if the salt is okay in the recipe so that all the pakodas turn out good. So I'll just wait for it to fry. Pakoda looks fried. I'll taste it for salt and be right back. Taste it for salt, and I had to add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Added 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then I mixed it well, and now I'm frying the pakodas. I'm just scooping with a spoon from my bowl like this, and then placing it in the oil. My oil right now is on medium flame, so keep your oil on low to medium, or more on the medium side, so that the pakodas cook well. If you place your oil on very high heat, then the pakodas 100% will be kacha or raw from the inside, and we don't want that happening. Let's check if it's cooked from the inside as well. So I'll just take one of these pakodas, and I will use my knife to just check. Now I put the knife through, and if the knife comes out clean, it's cooked. You can see the knife comes out clean. That means these pakodas are cooked well inside, and I have not changed the temperature of the oil while frying. And now at this point of time, they are perfect, and I will be removing it from this oil, and this is how it should look, golden brown. I will be placing it here, so if there's any excess oil, it will all drain out, and I will continue frying all the remaining pakodas and be right back. I'm frying the final batch of my pakodas, and they simply look delicious. I'll break into the pakoda, and I've just let it cool down a bit, otherwise I won't be able to handle it. And you can see how nicely it's cooked from inside. See how nicely it's cooked. And now this is ready to relish. If you make this recipe in any other way, please leave a comment. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Please click on the bell icon for notification of my latest videos. And thank you for watching. Enjoy!